Hello and welcome into another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks and I'm your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils on SI and your host of this daily Sun Devils Insider Podcast. And I'm so grateful to be joining you on this Sunday morning, just about a day removed from Arizona State losing to the Iowa State Cyclones in men's basketball by a score of 86 to 65. We discussed it quite a bit on the show yesterday. Um, Great 25 minutes of basketball for Arizona State over that first stretch of the game. The last 15 minutes of the game, not so much. Their last lead, they were up 44 to 41, and obviously after that, they got outscored about 45 to 22, 21. And yeah, the rest is history. Arizona State finished the regular season 16 and 15, 7 and 11 in the Big 12, which is far better than anybody anticipated the Sun Devils doing in conference play. For the most part, I feel like the consensus was that Arizona State would win two or three, maybe four conference games, be where Utah and Kansas State are right now. But they exceeded expectations, and the fact that they are the 12th seed in the Big 12 tournament, despite winning seven conference games, that just is the testament to the strength of the league from top to virtually bottom. The only teams that I would say aren't especially strong in the Big 12 are Kansas State and Utah. But everybody else, I mean, even if Arizona State got the 11th seed and played Oklahoma State, that would have been a challenging game to win as well, as we saw about a month ago. So today's show, I wanted to kind of break down what the Sun Devils' path is um, moving forward, what they likely need to do to get at-large consideration, and that's just consideration. That's not guaranteed to make the field. Um, I suppose we'll also talk about their path to getting an automatic qualifying spot. That will obviously be incredibly challenging to ultimately climb up to. Um, that means they need to win 5 games in 5 days, and as well as they have been playing for the most part lately, I just don't know if they'll be able to do that, but we'll talk about it anyways. Um, Arizona State's tournament hopes are pretty much on thin ice right now. Uh, there are tournament metric sites that say that if they get to 18 wins, they'll be considered a toss-up. So that means if you beat Baylor and you beat Iowa State, if you get a second crack at them and you take them down, that's two more quad one wins, and that brings up your quad one victory total to seven, I believe. I think they're at five right now. Um, Maybe an 18 and 16 record gets you in. It's very, very rare, very, very seldom when a team, even a power conference team with that record, gets selected. But the fact that Arizona State wins 9 games in the Big 12, including several quad one victories along the way, and they only suffered one bad loss during the course of the entire season, I would certainly believe that Arizona State is worthy of at least consideration for an at-large bid, if not outright being selected. So I'd say at least two wins, I think. But with those 15 losses, they might need more. We'll see what happens. We'll see how the week evolves. We'll see how other teams on the bubble do in their conference tournaments. Um, so yeah, let's talk about their path right now. So Tuesday morning, 9:30 Arizona time, AM. Um, ASU gets a rematch with Baylor, who took them down in Waco by a score of 73 to 68 just about 2.5 weeks ago, or just over 2 weeks ago. And Baylor is a dangerous team. I think Baylor and Arizona State are two of the teams that really have potential to make a run in the conference tournament, possibly even more so than a BYU, who's the 10 seed. Uh, Baylor has two explosive guards. It's kind of like Utah, Tunde Yusufu and Cameron Carr, both average between 17 and 20 points per game. Both are dynamic shot makers, and both we actually didn't see either take over the game as much last time, but Baylor has a pretty solid roster, and it's going to be a tough challenge to come out with a victory. And if Arizona State comes out with a win over Baylor, their next game would be against Iowa State, like I said. That will be Wednesday morning at 9:30 Arizona time once again. And we'll see if the neutral court would change anything. We might not even get to see that, but if we do, we will uh, we'll obviously be watching that very intently. And Iowa State still has a lot to play for too. They're trying to climb back. I think right now they're projected as the highest three seed. If they win a couple of games in the Big 12 tournament, there's definitely potential for them to lock themselves up as a two seed. Like I said, we'll see what happens as the days go on. If Arizona State were to shock Iowa State and earn their second quad one win in as many days, they would play Texas Tech on Thursday morning at 9:30 Arizona time. Um, Texas Tech has actually played surprisingly well since they lost JT Top, and everybody thought that that would spell doom to their season, and they probably have a lower ceiling as far as their opportunity to win a national title this year, but they might be a second weekend team in the NCAA tournament again this year. Cameron Anderson um, is absolutely phenomenal. They've really taken to heart the perimeter centric style ever since Toppin went down. Uh, I meant Christian Anderson, yeah. And Donovan Atwell has been playing really, really well as well. Uh, they've really taken that guard-centric approach to heart, like I said. They're shooting the ball very, very, very well as of late. And that won't be an easy game for Arizona State if they get there. And if they win that, you are likely going to be in a semifinal game against either Arizona or yeah, you'd probably be playing Arizona in the semifinals. And Arizona State was competitive against them for the majority of the two games that they played this season, but um, that might be where the magic ends. Who knows? Maybe third time's a charm in this scenario, but we'll see what happens with Arizona State in the days to come. Uh, could be a one and done, could make a run. I think it's one or the other. I don't think they're going to win one game and then fizzle out. I think if they win a game, they're going to make a run. I think if they lose, it's the end of the Bobby Hurley era and they can move on with the coaching search and trying to retain players and everything in between. Until then, thank you so much for tuning into another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. Thank you for all of your support each and every single day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.